Today is not like any other day. The masks have fallen, and what was hidden has been exposed. Did you really think that skyscrapers and billions of dollars could protect anyone? Today, global news agencies are not only talking about missiles. They are talking about a mass escape. The wealthy are leaving. Money is fleeing. And Dubai, which was once considered a safe haven, is now groaning under the weight of fear. Listen carefully, because what I am about to say now you will not hear in official news bulletins. Karamshar missile. Have you heard this name? Iran says the era of old missiles is over, and the era of real missiles has begun. Meanwhile, the aircraft carrier Ford cuts through the waters of the Red Sea. Why now? And why Yemen specifically? The story is not merely bombing and retaliation. The story is that Trump himself, the man who once promised decisive victory, is now searching for a safe exit. Imagine that. The man who promised to end the battle within hours is now talking about a strike after 5 years. Who betrayed whom? Did America abandon its allies? Or did the allies discover too late that they are merely numbers in Washington's calculations? Dubai is economically collapsing. Yes, I say it openly. When Reuters says that Asian billionaires are withdrawing their money to Singapore, know that trust has died. Can you imagine that leaving the UAE now requires $25,000? But do not think that America is the only player in the field. Iran has summoned the Chinese dragon to the Strait of Hormuz. Yes, there are secret negotiations to secure oil with Chinese forces. The Russians are providing Tehran with the coordinates of American bases moment by moment. Trump, who threatened to burn the strait, now finds himself face to face with Beijing and Moscow. And look at what Qatar has done. 10 liquefied natural gas ships offered for rent. Qatar's message to the world is clear. Whoever wants gas must bring their own ship and protect it themselves. We will not risk sailing in a sea that is on fire. Oil is approaching $100. So who will pay the price? The governor of California mocked Netanyahu and said to him, "You could not remove Hamas from Gaza, so how do you dream of overthrowing the regime in Iran?" Words like thunder coming from the heart of America itself, striking the leaders of war. As for Yemen, they are like embers beneath the ashes, waiting for the fatal moment to enter from the back door and turn the region into a merciless inferno. We are not facing a war of weeks. We are facing an earthquake that will change the face of history. Stay awake. What is coming does not resemble the past at all. But what is coming may be even more severe. Have you heard the latest leaks coming from behind closed doors in the White House? Trump, who promised not to be involved in endless wars, is now actually discussing sending ground troops into the heart of the battle. Yes, the discussion is no longer about airstrikes alone, but about deploying Delta Force units to carry out assassinations described as high-value targets. Trump believes he can repeat the Venezuela scenario and kidnap the major leaders. But he does not realize that he is walking straight into a trap far greater than Vietnam and Iraq combined. In a development that shook the corridors of Western intelligence, Russian intelligence has officially entered the battle. American reports confirm that the Russians have begun supplying the Iranians with extremely precise intelligence to target vital American facilities and interests. The conflict is no longer with Tehran alone. It has become a direct confrontation with the Russian strategic mind that knows exactly how to strike Washington where it hurts most. Look at the confusion inside the White House. Targets change every hour. At the beginning, they said it would be limited strikes. Today, Trump emerges declaring that Iranians must surrender and that we will choose the next supreme leader. Even the timeline is collapsing. What was supposed to be a war of days has now become 6 weeks, and it may expand into years of exhaustion. The American people have begun to shout, rejecting this inferno. Approval ratings have fallen into the 30s. Will Trump succeed in saving face? Or will the flood of this region drag him and those with him to the bottom of history? But wait, the story has not finished yet. The giant aircraft carrier Gerald Ford has crossed the Suez Canal and is now in the heart of the Red Sea. Is it heading toward Iran? Or will the coming shock be in Yemen? Reports speak of a terrifying shortage of American defensive missiles. Trump is pressing companies to increase production fourfold, but the reality says missiles are being consumed faster than production lines can supply them. On the other side, Iran launches its missiles from nowhere. Yes, from underground cities and from deep within mountains. Emad, Zulfikar, and Karamshar missiles launch with solid fuel within minutes. before American AWACS aircraft can even detect them. And the Iranian message was clear and terrifying. If you choose the nuclear option, the Dimona reactor will become the next Chernobyl, and we will destroy the entire region. Look at Lebanon. The southern suburbs are being subjected to a doctrine of total destruction. Evacuation orders now cover entire towns. Hundreds of thousands are fleeing, while fires erupt in oil facilities across the Gulf, from the UAE to Kuwait. Trillions in losses. And Dubai, once the capital of safety, now has streets nearly empty under the weight of shock. Ladies and gentlemen, we are witnessing a brutal war of resources. While America tries to convince the world that it remains in control, satellite images show burned radars and silent bases after Washington's eyes in the region were blinded. Will secret mediation succeed in extinguishing the fire? Or are we marching steadily toward the day of judgment that everyone warned about? But wait, breaking news interrupts every analysis. Air raid sirens are now sounding in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Yes, the missile barrage has returned, stronger than it was in the first days. The Israeli Home Front Command app is screaming warnings. Iranian missiles are cutting through the sky despite the heavy clouds. The Israeli army, which tried to reassure its citizens, is now forced to admit the shocking reality. More than 1,800 injured so far under the rubble in Tel Aviv. Interceptions are happening now in the upper layers of the atmosphere, and the sound of explosions is shaking the city. This is not just a single barrage. It is a full resumption of the strikes that some believed had subsided. The sky is burning. The ground is closing in on its people. Will we see in the coming hours something even beyond Tel Aviv? Stay with us. Developments are unfolding every second.